When the Strix's flight initiates, the nocturnal predator deconstructs the silence of the sky. You cannot outrun the shadow of a wing that makes absolutely no sound. Welcome to the evolution of pure mental dominance.
Dr. Marcus commands the silent currents of the midnight skies, where the predatory mind overrides the weak.
Look into the pupils of a creature born to dominate the wilderness. I step into the iron room and block out all the bitterness. Every single repetition is a testament to my resilience. I dissect the opposition with a psychological brilliance. You are lifting for the vanity, I am lifting for sanity. Pushing past the threshold of a fractured humanity. The lactic acid burning like a furnace in my anatomy. An nocturnal execution of a tactical strategy. When I talk about the grind, but they never seen the dedication. Standing in the shadows of a predatory destination. I am fueled by the hatred, fueled by the isolation. Transforming every failure into massive celebration. The dumbbells are heavy, but the mind is even heavier. A tactical technician making every single heavy word. I do not need a spotlight, I operate in total black. A midnight assassin who is leading the attack. We rise in the dark when the feathers ignite. We heavy lift iron through the depth of the night. Unleashing the terror of the ultimate strike. You cannot survive the lethal grip of the Strix's flight. Break down the psychological walls till they crack. The hunters are airborne, and there is no turning back.
Listen to the silence before the strike happens. The weights stop clanking. The heartbeat slows down to a steady rhythm. The mind is perfectly clear. There is no room for hesitation when you are hunting in the dark.
Sprinting through the labyrinth, I am tapping into adrenaline. A biological weapon that is deadlier than medicine. I am breaking every record that you set in the facility. A physical display of an incredible ability. The clock is ticking down, but I am never gonna suffocate. Calculated every single move before I elevate. The nocturnal predator is hunting for the victory. Rewriting every chapter of our psychological history. This is the final countdown, the ultimate ascension. Pulling everybody into a brand new dimension. The muscles are tearing, but the spirit is unbreakable. A level of authority that makes me unmistakable. I conquered every demon that was hiding in the dark, leaving a permanent and devastating mark. The Strix's flight is reaching the absolute peak. A testament of power for the strong and the meek. We rise in the dark when the feathers ignite. We heavy lift iron through the depth of the night. Unleashing the terror of the ultimate strike. You cannot survive the lethal grip of the Strix's flight. Break down the psychological walls till they crack.
The flight concludes, but the dominance remains eternal. We conquered the iron. We mastered the psychological warfare. The skies belong to the Strix. Total silence returns.
Shield is a multi-layered defense system forged from triple-body defiance. An impenetrable armor blocking out the weakness of the outside world. When you lock behind this ballistic barrier, no psychological warfare can pierce your focus.
Dr. Marcus reinforces the unyielding ballistic plating of this triple-layered armor to block out all psychological warfare.
Inside the iron fortress, loading up the armor plating on the steel structure, packing an excessive amount of hostility to rupture your composure. You are dealing with the triple-headed monster, standing in the chalk dust, brushing off the envy. Every single set I execute is a testament to my unyielding defensive line. There a shallow digital applause to feel complete. I am a hardcore traditionalist who will never accept the defeat. We raise a heavy barrier and block out the pain. We standing in the fortress through the ultimate rain. An impenetrable defense that you never can yield. You cannot pierce the armor of Garrian's shield. We shatter your illusions till they fall to the floor. The triple body giants are closing the door. The drums drop out and the strings build a wall of pure cinematic tension. Look at the shield in front of you. It is made of calluses, sweat, and thousands of hours spent in complete isolation. They can throw all the spears they want, but the iron will never bend to a coward. Hyper-accelerated velocity, exposing your artistic atrocity with a technical precision that leaves your whole camp shivering. I am delivering a masterclass in resistance, extending my distance from the assistants who are consistently whispering. I lift the entire rack until my knuckles turn white. Fighting through the dark. This is the final climax, where the armor plates fuse directly with the bone structure. We get from breakable hybrid machine that laughs at failure. I push the barbell past the sticking point with an explosive burst of aggression, turning this gymnasium into a sacred sanctuary of self-preservation. We raise a heavy barrier and block out the pain. We standing in the fortress through the ultimate rain. An impenetrable defense that you never can yield. You cannot pierce the armor of Garrian's shield. We shatter your illusions till they fall to the floor. The triple body giants are closing the door. The battle concludes, but the fortress remains absolutely untouched. Garrian's shield has absorbed every single strike, converting hostility into pure reinforcement. In the gymnasium of life, your best weapon is an ironclad mind that refuses to let the outside world penetrate. Decimation begins when the weak links are systematically purged from the line of combat. You brought an amateur spirit to a place where heavy iron completely dominates the weak. Watch the grit break down.
Dr. Marcus commands the ultimate structural teardown, where every weak asset is permanently deleted.
Every repetition is a hammer blow breaking your pride. I lock the steel collar on the bar and load the plates until the iron begins to bend under pressure. They try to copy the blueprint, but they can never match the absolute sickness of my mental state. Standing in the chalk cloud while the orchestra swells to a level that is clinically insane. I do not need your permission to cross the line. I am driving an armor tank right through your design. Feel the sub-bass vibration shaking your bones. The rawest power this gym has ever known. And we force you across the line. No mercy for pretenders breaking in the cold. We shatter the weak and reclaim what we hold. The iron fortress rises as our kingdoms fall down. The sovereign executioner is taking the crown. The drums fade out as the dark strings take full control of the soundscape. The heavy breathing of a champion echoes through the empty training center. Every 10th competitor has been removed from the ranks. There is no rescue coming. Accelerated velocity, exposing your artistic atrocity with a veracity that feels like absolute monstrosity. Lyrical technician slicing the competition, forcing a total reposition of your ambition. Look at the speed of the execution as I tear through your configuration, leaving a trail of complete devastation across the nation. Loading another 100 pounds just to show you that you do not belong. This is the final climax where human anatomy separates from the spiritual domain, entirely pushing past the threshold of exhaustion and smiling into the pain. I am a physical manifestation of willpower, a stone cold killer standing at the top of the empire as the ultimate pillar. Look at the carnage, the shattered weights and splintered foundations. I stand alone with the belt in my head. We initiate the decimation of your false design. We crush the metal and we force you across the line. No mercy for pretenders breaking in the cold. We shatter the weak and reclaim what we hold. The iron fortress rises as your kingdoms fall down. The sovereign executioner is taking the crown. The systematic reduction of your network is fully complete. The calculation was flawless and the execution was absolute. This decimation has cleared the field of all false idols. Only the unyielding rulers of the iron remain standing tall in the heavy smoke.
Dr. Marcus commands.
The catacombs of your fractured subconscious are lined with the calcified remains of every lazy decision you made. You are walking through an underground ossuary of unfulfilled potential. Stand in the darkness and realize that only heavy iron can resurrect a dead soul.
Dr. Marcus seals the limestone crypt, where the skeletal remains of your unexecuted ideas are stacked in perfect subterranean symmetry.
Into the underground training facility like a relentless archaeologist, unearthing a forgotten civilization of absolute physical power, packing in excessive volume of pure psychological warfare. I load the heavy iron plates until the steel frame begins to suffer from structural stress fractures. You are a fragile soul. They attempt to replicate the ancient skeletal framework, but they completely lack the internal psychological density required to survive this toxic underground atmosphere. Standing in the thick suffocating cloud of white magnesium chalk, like a dark phantom guarding the absolute gates of an iron eternity. We stack the bones of the weak inside the catacombs of stone. We lift the crushing weight of empires completely on our own. Deep underground where the shadows and the frozen iron meet, we execute the ritual and never will accept a single defeat. Shattering the brittle skulls of laziness until they turn to dust. In the absolute dominion of the metal is the only thing we trust. The heavy boom bap drum pattern fades out completely as the dark cinematic strings take full control of the entire soundscape. Listen incredibly closely to the freezing water dripping through these ancient limestone vaults. The oxygen is running low in your lungs and your muscle fibers. Sprinting through the subterranean labyrinth with an accelerated pulse rate that completely defies the traditional biological limitations of human anatomy. I am a technical executioner, slicing through the disgusting mediocrity of your casual fitness society with the sharp surgical instrument of pure death. This is the absolute apex of an underground military campaign, constructed specifically to bury your artistic reputation beneath a mountain of heavy limestone, pulling the massive rusted iron chains until the literal roof of the cavern collapses directly onto your superficial, contemporary worldview of success. We stack the bones of the weak inside the catacombs of stone. We lift the crushing weight of empires completely on our own. Deep underground where the shadows and the frozen iron meet, we execute the ritual and never will accept a single defeat, shattering the brittle skulls of laziness until they turn to dust. In the absolute dominion of the metal is the only thing we trust. The final heavy repetition echoes through the limestone vaults as the iron bar settles into its final resting place. The excavation is finished, and every single lazy instinct has been permanently interred inside these dark, subterranean walls. The Iron Temple remains completely silent and undefeated. When the dark threshold of Kakusisden swallows your ambition, the subterranean trap is fully set. You entered a monstrous cavern where stolen power is melted into pure ammunition. Watch the shadows breathe fire before the cold iron completely crushes your fragile skull.
Dr. Marcus commands the subterranean furnace where monsters bury their stolen strength in the blackest depths of the earth.
Cyanide, packing a heavy dose of masculine pride with a giant tide. You are looking at a lyrical monster lurking inside the shadows of a power rack, orchestrating a brutal psychological attack that will leave your whole spine cracked. I am tearing through the obstacles with absolute precision. Welcome to the dark room where the sweat smells like pure adrenaline and sulfur. I am hovering over your broken ambition like a starving vulture. I am carving my initials into the cold iron handle of a 100-pound dumbbell, transforming this local commercial fitness facility into a living hell. The intensity never fades, forcing your fragile ego into a state of permanent submission. Enter the cavern where the weak get devoured by the weight, dragging the iron backward through the smoke and the hate. You are locked in the dark with the monster of pure design, breaking the bones and the spirit till you cross the line. No escape from the furnace where the heavy shadows grow. Kakusisden is the only kingdom that the dead will ever know.
The smoke fills the room, and you can barely see your own hands. The heavy chains are rattling against the concrete floor, echoing through the empty corridors of this underground sanctuary. There is no sunlight down here, only the cold reality of the iron.
Accelerate the pace and I am packing a punch that will shatter the definition of a lyrical miracle, sitting inside of a pinnacle that is completely clinical. I am a psychological predator moving with an incredible velocity, exposing the absolute monstrosity of your artistic atrocity. Feel the grip of the steel as I accelerate past your maximum capacity. This is the final execution of a monstrous masterpiece, unleashing the beast that will never negotiate for a temporary peace. I am lifting the weight of 1,000 empires on my back, watching the concrete foundation start to splinter and crack, permanently extinguish ignition, your tiny little spark. This is my kingdom now, a monument built on your total destruction. Into the cavern where the weak get devoured by the white, dragging the iron backward through the smoke and the hate. You are locked in the dark with the monster of pure design. Bring the bones and the spirit till you cross the line. No escape from the furnace where the heavy shadows grow. Kaku's den is the only kingdom that the dead will ever know. The cavern seals shut, and the fire finally consumes the remaining oxygen. You try to steal the strength of a god, but you died inside the lair. Kaku's den remains undefeated, buried deep beneath the mountains of forgotten pride.
The iron never lies.
Damnatio Memoriae is the absolute condemnation of your memory. A total psychological erasure where your entire legacy is scrubbed clean from the very pillars of this iron empire. We peel your name off the granite foundations until you never even existed in the historical records of the living. Look at the monolithic monument I built directly over your graveyard of forgotten excuses.
Dr. Marcus chisels your false legacy out of the ancient stone until history forgets you ever drew a single breath.
The gym with a clinical vision, packing a heavy mental dependency on the clanking metal. You were a ghost in the making, watching the foundation shaking. Every single breath you take is a heavy debt. I lock you inside a psychological partition, stripping away your ambition, leaving you wishing you never crossed my path. You are an error that must be corrected, a temporary sickness that I have completely infected, stripped of your rank and neglected. I am the supreme architect, building the fortress of pain, making you look like a talentless carcass. Feel the heavy weight of the barbell pressing down on your chest like a brutal structural failure. Wipe out the name, erase all the pride from the stove. We are rebuilding the empire, sitting low. Nothing remains of the weak or the stories they told, shattering iron and breaking the traditional mold. This is the ultimate ending of your temporary reign. Damnatio Memoriae washes away all your pain. The records are empty, and the archives are burned to the ground. Every single person who ever spoke your name has forgotten how it sounds. You wanted the glory, but you could not endure the raw psychological warfare of the iron. Now you are a blank space in the ledger. Tearing the fabric of reality, mapping a strategy, trapping your majesty inside a casualty, stacking the heavy iron plates till they rattle and shatter the confidence of anyone thinking they matter. I climb up the ladder and watch as you scatter. I am a machine in the zone, sitting alone on a heavy obsidian throne with zero permission. This is the moment of absolute closure, checking your posture, losing composure. I lift up the world on my shoulders and throw it directly at anyone standing in front of my greatness, achieving the state of complete physical definition while you are stuck in the cycle of lazy sedateness. There is no mercy here. The iron is cold and raw. Wipe out the name, erase all the pride from the stove. We are rebuilding the empire, sitting low. Nothing remains of the weak or the stories they told, shattering iron and breaking the traditional mold. This is the ultimate ending of your temporary reign. Damnatio Memoriae washes away all your pain. The slate is completely clean. The hammer has fallen, and every single engraving of your existence has been ground into dust. In the gem of life, only the strongest monuments survive the test of time. Your name is gone, your ghost is forgotten, and the new era of supreme dominance begins right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
When the sacramentum is sworn in blood on the cold iron altar, you seal your fate to a life of eternal suffering and ultimate victory. There is no breaking a sacred oath written in sweat and absolute mental isolations. Step inside the temple of pain and let the ritual begin.
Dr. Marcus initiates the psychological covenant, permanently binding your mind to the unyielding laws of the sacred iron oath.
I walk inside the temple with a heavy mind, looking for a sign, leaving every single piece of my humanity behind. The barbell is waiting like an executioner, a brutal institution where there is no room for a solution or a revolution. I grip the knurl until my hands begin to bleed, planting the seed of a brand new breed. They wanna question the devotion, but they never see the motion of the ocean in my mind when I am lifting up the world. I am a venomous viper ready to strike, riding a psychological bite through the worst nightmares you could ever imagine. You were talking about the fashion, I'm talking about the passion and the absolute destruction. We swear the oath to the iron and the blood on the floor. We push the limits till our bodies cannot take anymore. A sacred covenant, a pain that we will never betray, defeating every single demon that is standing in the way. This is the ritual of power where the weak will collapse. The sovereign kings of the gymnasium are closing the traps.
The music slows down, but the intensity remains at an all-time high. The lights are dimming, the weights are heavy, and the silence is deafening. Take a deep breath and remember the oath you swore when you first stepped inside these walls. This is not a game, this is a lifelong commitment to the pain. Accelerating the pace because I am running out of patience with the patients in the asylum who think they can challenge the throne. I am locked in the zone where the concrete is grown from the sweat of my own brow. Look at me now, I am the ultimate definition of power and prestige, laying a heavy siege to your little country of cards. This is the final climax, the absolute pinnacle of an aggressive execution, a complete revolution in the way we handle the heavy steel. You can feel the authenticity because I do not use a gimmick. There is no way you can mimic the structural integrity of my lyrical delivery. I leave the whole stadium shivering and quivering. We swear the oath to the iron and the blood on the floor. We push the limits till our bodies cannot take anymore. A sacred covenant, a pain that we will never betray, defeating every single demon that is standing in the way. This is the ritual of power where the weak will collapse. The sovereign kings of the gymnasium are closing the traps. The covenant is sealed, the ritual is complete, and the temple stands tall against the test of time. You cannot erase a legacy that was sworn under the sacramentum of pure, unadulterated iron. The weak have been weeded out, leaving only the sovereign kings to rule over the wreckage. Walk away with your head held high, or vanish into the dust of forgotten history. The choice was always yours.
but the oath remains forever. When the scourge of Rome is not an external army at the gates, but an internal tormentor devouring your mind, the empire collapses from within. When the Colosseum of your soul is set ablaze by laziness, you must become the barbarian that pillages the system.
Dr. Marcus orchestrates the tactical siege that burns down the pillars of your resistance.
But they never step inside the trenches, leaving their legacies to rot away on empty wooden benches. I am a psychological warlord operating in total isolation, deploying a variety of metrics to maximize your mental devastation. The dumbbells are heavy iron battering rams, crashing the defensive game. We march through the ashes of the empire you built on a lie. We lift up the iron under a dark and unforgiving sky, unleashing the fury of a legion that will never retreat, sacking the capital city and forcing your total defeat. The Colosseum is burning down to the final stone. The scourge of Rome is standing completely alone. The empire has fallen and the marble pillars are cracked. The senators are fleeing as the infantry steps over the wreckage. There is no negotiation left when cold steel makes contact with skin. Take one final breath of smoke before the shadows envelope your kingdom. Accelerated cadence and attack the track with unprecedented ferocity, leaving the entire global hierarchy unhinged by my linguistic velocity. I am an executioner cutting through the bureaucracy of your daily routine, running a sophisticated operation that is incredibly clean and lean. This is the final climax of a campaign designed to wipe you off the charts, piercing through the center of your fragile artistic cards. I'll pull the chains until the walls of the Colosseum collapse onto your head, leaving a monument over the graveyard where your excuses are dead. We march through the ashes of the empire you built on a lie. We lift up the iron under a dark and unforgiving sky, unleashing the fury of a legion that will never retreat, sacking the capital city and forcing your total defeat. The Colosseum is burning down to the final stone. The scourge of Rome is standing completely alone. The smoke clears and the civilization is reduced to dust. We conquered the iron, we sacked the capital, and we rewrote the books with blood and sweat. The scourge of Rome has left its mark. The empire of excuses is dead, leaving only the rulers of paradise. The Tarpeian rock represents the absolute precipice of your failure. A jagged limestone cliff where false champions are flung into a bottomless abyss of gravity and shattered bone. You thought you could climb to the peak of this gymnasium empire without paying the heavy toll of pure sacrifice. Now you look down at the jagged reality of your own execution.
Dr. Marcus hurls your fragile ambition from the highest precipice of execution down to the jagged stones below.
Terrifying struck. You wanna talk about the grind, but they never witnessed the midnight isolation of a champion standing over the heavy dumbbell rack like an executioner waiting to drop the blade. I am carving my entire legacy out of the cold steel, converting every single ounce of the agony I feel into pure dominance. We push you off the edge of the Tarpeian rock. The heavy chains are moving and the timer's locked. No safety nets are waiting at the bottom of the drop. We claim the highest summit and we're never gonna stop. Shattering the down over the ledge and feel the weight of gravity pulling at your soul. The wind is cold and the silence is absolute. There are no handholds on this cliff face, no second chances for the weak who compromise their training for comfort. The descent is rapid and final, sprinting through the absolute madness of a lyrical coliseum. I am a psychological deity tearing through your entire museum of mediocrity. I am loading up the leg press until the metal frame screams in agony. A physical manifestation of my strategy to eradicate all copycats. This is the absolute apex of the execution, a total physical revolution where the iron and the blood merge into a singular solution. I am lifting up the entire weight of the planet on my callous shoulders, smashing through your defensive boulders like a locomotive. The intensity is reaching a clinical max. We push you off the edge of the Tarpeian rock. The heavy chains are moving and the timer's locked. No safety nets are waiting at the bottom of the drop. We claim the highest summit and we never gonna stop. Shattering the bones of the traitors on the stone. The Iron Kings are sitting on a monument alone. The execution is finalized and the traitorous elements have been wiped from the books. You could not survive the vertical drop of our standards. The Tarpeian rock stands tall as a permanent warning to anyone who thinks they can cheat the iron laws. Total silence. Return to the precipice. The precipice. When the binary choice of triumph or death leaves absolutely no middle ground for the mediocre mind to settle on, you either conquer the absolute summit of the Iron Mountain, or your entire legacy decays right here on the concrete floor. There are no participation trophies in the Coliseum of self-mastery.
Dr. Marcus balances the golden scales of immortal glory against the absolute silence of total expiration.
Inside the weight room with a vicious demeanor, looking cleaner and meaner than any competitor, trying to steel bar is weeping from velocity grip. The cold steel nerding till my palms are bleeding adrenaline. Standing in the heavy white dust cloud of pure magnesium carbon, I operate like a stone cold executioner waiting to drop the guillotine. I have carved my entire mental stability out of the unyielding laws of the barbell, converting every single ounce of deep emotional trauma into raw power. We stand at the edge where the winners are made. We conquer the mountain and walk through the blade. No middle ground for the weak or the slow. The ultimate kingdom is all that we know. We claim the dominion of perishing stone. The kings of the iron are sitting alone. Take a step back and examine the heavy stakes of this binary equation. There is no recovery plan if your willpower falters at the bottom of a heavy squat. The atmosphere is completely suffocating. Your vision is blurring at the edges, and the entire universe is demanding to know if you possess the internal structural integrity to rise back up. Choose your destiny right now. Hyper-accelerated metric modulation as I demolish the opposition with the psychological velocity certified as an absolute monstrosity. I am a tactical technician slicing through mediocrity with the surgical instrument forged from tempered iron, leaving every single critic shivering in the dark. This is the final climax of a scorched earth campaign, engineered to erase your credentials from the archives of the elite. I pull the heavy iron chains until my spinal column feels the supreme weight of 1,000 fallen civilizations, cementing my name into the granite foundations. Forever. We stand at the edge where the winners are made. We conquer the mountain and walk through the blade. No middle ground for the weak or the slow. The ultimate kingdom is all that we know. We claim the dominion of perishing stone. The kings of the iron are sitting alone. The final heavy repetition settles into the steel rack, and the echo of our dominance fills the entire facility. The equation has been solved, leaving no room for doubt or hesitation. Triumph is our eternal reality, and death is just a forgotten alternative for the coward. The iron wins.